4 goals in one brutal first half. Silence in the stands. Shock on the faces of players who usually control matches with confidence and rhythm. It was the kind of night that leaves scars, the kind that forces a team to look in the mirror and ask hard questions. And yet, in the middle of disappointment and frustration, belief still burns brightly in Barcelona. The defeat felt heavy from the very first whistle. Defensive gaps appeared where there is usually structure. Midfield battles were lost where control is normally dictated. Every counterattack from the opposition carried danger, and by half-time, 4 goals had slipped past the back line. For a club built on pride, history, and resilience, it was a first half to forget, one that left a mountain to climb in the second leg at Spotify Camp Nou. But football is not decided in 45 minutes. It is not defined by one bad half. It is written by those who refuse to surrender when everything seems lost. After the final whistle, all eyes turned to Hansi Flick. The Blaugrana coach did not hide from reality, but he also did not allow despair to dominate the narrative. His message was clear, direct, and full of belief. We are capable of coming back. We will fight, and for that reason we need our fans at Spotify Camp Nou. Those words were not just for journalists. They were a message to the dressing room. A message to the supporters. A message to everyone who understands what this badge represents. Barcelona has built its identity on courage and comebacks. Nights of European drama are woven into the club's history. From legendary remontadas to unforgettable Champions League battles, the spirit of resilience has always been part of the Blaugrana DNA. The road may look steep, but it is not unfamiliar territory. The first leg exposed weaknesses. Defensive coordination lacked sharpness. Transitions were too slow. Pressing intensity dropped at crucial moments. In modern football, small mistakes are punished instantly, and that is exactly what happened. Clinical finishing from the opposition turned half chances into goals, and confidence quickly shifted away from Barcelona. Yet, if the first half told one story, the second leg can write another. At Spotify Camp Nou, the atmosphere is never ordinary. The stadium is more than concrete and seats, it is emotion, noise, and belief fused together. When over 90,000 voices rise in unison, momentum changes. Opponents feel pressure. Energy shifts. Football becomes more than tactics, it becomes a force. Flick understands this deeply. He knows that tactical adjustments alone will not be enough. Yes, defensive structure must tighten. Yes, midfield balance must improve. Yes, attacking movements must be sharper and more ruthless. But above all, mentality must lead the transformation. Comebacks begin with mindset. Barcelona's squad has the talent to overturn a deficit. Creativity in midfield, pace on the wings, composure in front of goal, the ingredients are there. What was missing in that disastrous first half was synchronization. Players looked slightly disconnected, as if each moment arrived half a second too quickly. Against top-level opposition, that half second is everything. The second leg demands intensity from the first minute. Press high. Win duels. Move the ball faster. Force mistakes. Take risks. There is no room for caution when chasing 4 goals. The mission is clear: score early and make the opponent doubt. An early goal at Camp Nou changes everything. Football psychology is powerful. A team defending a big advantage can become tense. Every clearance feels heavier. Every misplaced pass creates fear. The crowd amplifies every mistake. Pressure builds like a rising storm. Barcelona must create that storm. Flick's press conference tone was not desperate. It was determined. That distinction matters. Desperation leads to chaos. Determination leads to controlled aggression. The coach's calm belief sends a message of unity. No panic. No blame. Just preparation. Training sessions before the return leg will focus on correcting structural flaws. Defensive lines must stay compact. Communication between centre-backs and full-backs must improve. Midfielders need to protect transitions more intelligently. These are technical corrections, but underlying them is something deeper: trust. Trust in the system. Trust in teammates. Trust in the badge. The badge represents more than a football club. It represents identity. It represents mesque un club, more than a club. That philosophy becomes powerful on nights like these. When facing adversity, identity becomes fuel. Supporters play a critical role. Flick's call to the fans was not symbolic. It was strategic. Camp Nou has witnessed nights when belief carried the team beyond tactical limitations. When the crowd senses effort and bravery, it responds with thunderous energy. That energy transmits directly to the pitch. Imagine the scene on March 3rd. Floodlights shining. Scarves raised. Chants echoing long before kickoff. The memory of that first leg still fresh, but transformed into motivation rather than fear. The players walk out knowing they are not alone. The challenge is enormous. Overturning a 4-goal deficit requires near perfection. Defensive discipline must coexist with attacking urgency. Balance must be found between patience and speed. Every goal scored must be followed by immediate focus. There is no time for celebration until the job is done. Great teams are defined not by flawless seasons but by their response to adversity. This moment will test Barcelona's character. It will test Flick's leadership. It will test the maturity of young players and the composure of veterans. In modern football, narratives change quickly. One brilliant night can erase memories of a disastrous one. The story is not finished. It is paused. Flick's belief is not blind optimism. He has built teams before. He understands how momentum works. He knows that football rewards bravery. Sitting back and accepting fate is never the Barcelona way. The tactical blueprint for the second leg will likely involve higher pressing lines, quicker ball circulation, and more vertical runs into space. Width will be essential. Stretch the opponent. Create one-on-one situations. Deliver early crosses. Take shots. Force rebounds. Force chaos in the box. But alongside tactical changes, emotional intensity must rise. The dressing room conversation before kickoff will not focus solely on tactics. It will focus on pride. On history. On opportunity. Few players get the chance to be part of a legendary comeback. This is an opportunity disguised as a crisis. For the fans watching around the world, this is why football captivates millions. Because even when logic says it is over, emotion whispers that it is not. Barcelona's task is simple in theory, monumental in execution: believe first, act second. The opening minutes of the return leg will set the tone. If Barcelona presses aggressively and shows hunger, belief will spread through the stadium like wildfire. If doubt creeps in, the mountain becomes steeper. That is why Flick's words matter. Leadership shapes energy. Energy shapes performance. We are capable of coming back. Capability must now become action. The road to redemption begins with the first whistle at Camp Nou. 90 minutes, or more, to fight, to press, to attack, to defend with heart. Every pass must carry purpose. Every tackle must show commitment. Every shot must carry belief. For goals conceded in one half cannot define a season. What defines a season is how a team responds when everything seems lost. Barcelona has been here before. Not in the same circumstances, not against the same opponent, but in moments where pride demanded courage. Now, the countdown to March 3rd begins. Training ground intensity. Tactical adjustments. Recovery sessions. Video analysis. quiet determination building behind the scenes. Then comes match night. The floodlights will shine. The anthem will echo. The fans will roar. And if Barcelona channels its history, its identity, and the belief of its coach, the mountain may not look so impossible after all. Football has always rewarded those who refuse to surrender. The first half was a nightmare. The second leg is an opportunity. And at Spotify Camp Nou, anything can happen.